But the Lord said to Samuel, speaking of King Saul, "Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. You know, I read this passage for the first time many years ago. I respected the rightness of God in his sovereignty to not look at the appearance of any man in his choosing for any divine appointment, whether that appointment was as king of Israel or for personal salvation, heart, mind, and soul being drawn to believe in Jesus Christ. Yes, I read and understood this passage and the stories of King Saul and later David. Now, did knowing these stories change me? Well, yes and no. I speak of them now. But back then, I still created my fictions, represented myself as someone I wasn't for the sake of acceptance and approval. I put on the hod, carrier appearance of ruffles, while carrying the bricks of guilt and shame for my fraud, hypocrisy. Of course, beautiful people, men and women, are no fiction. At least their physical beauty isn't. It's plainly visible for the world to see, and they want to show it. I get it. What's that you say? If you have it, flaunt it. Yes, I suppose. When one's best foot is the ab, the face, the eyes, hair, we put it out there. Yes, King Saul was tall and apparently quite striking in appearance. And that's what the people of Israel wanted and what God gave them, Saul. Saul didn't have a heart for God, not as David, who followed Saul as king. As for the hearts of men, all hearts ultimately reveal their true nature. In the meantime, God works in us the same way today as he did during the reign of Samuel the prophet and Saul. Israel demanded a visible king, physically impressive. We're no different. Each of us have our demands, not that we direct them to any deity particularly. As children do, we latch on to whatever teat looks most full and available. We give our love and attention to whoever seemingly complements our self-image, can satisfy our wants, share our beliefs, desires what we desire, and believing them to be sincere, we turn to them and clamor for our discovery, acceptance, and approval. Of course, we're not always sincere, are we? Assuming we do know ourselves, and that can only come by God's grace and his availing to us a true illumination of his word in us, then we can have hope. If not, and we're told that the heart is most wickedly deceitful, we will continue to create our fictions. We will continue to either put on or take off apparel to impress our Elizabethan rough suitors. In pointing this out, I take no delight, but what I'm saying, it's no fiction. While God rejected Saul, he still made Saul king for a day, and that's all many may get here, being king for a solitary day. On the other hand, some are never made king, but God gave them a new heart, and they now joyfully serve a risen King of Kings, and they will for all eternity. So really, when it all comes down to the end, the question is, what are you living? It takes as much faith to live a fiction as it does a fact. And how do we define a fact? A fact is what is.